We'll do it later. Oh no! Gosh dang it! What's good, Jigga? Good to see you, buddy. We need some light. Can we turn it? Dang, there's not a lot of light right there. There we go. Let me there we go. I do. Yes, I do. What's up, what's up, what's up, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? Q&A, let's go, baby. Beautiful. Did you just get it today? Yeah, that's nice. I'm telling you, man. I don't care which one you have. I like both because they give me something different. But wait, what's supposed to be right there? Arrows? Pre-show and collector's edition are very close. You can pick one of them and you'll be just fine. But if you can get both of them, they're worth it. They're the best ones out. How long have you had yours, Abhas? Where's my Javoy set? Javoy, where are we at? Javoy, where are you? Come on, man. I want your guys' questions. Let's get it. Let's do it. Pavilion Rouge. Where is that at? So I got my Javoy collector's set right here. So Musk Palace. Where's that? So Musk Palace comes with this and this, which is a pyramid breakdown. Calibran, Bergamot, Ambrit, Iris, Peach, Sea Spray. I've never seen that before. Tonka, Red Musk. Never heard of that. White Musk and Powdery Musk. Interesting. So Musk Palace. It's a lot of musk. Every cologne I really like always gets discontinued. Yeah, I know the feeling of that. Okay, so let's see how this smells. Oh my gosh. Interesting. Musk Palace. Red musk, white musk, and what else? Powdery musk. Red musk, white musk, powdery musk, iris, peach, and sea spray. What the heck is sea spray? What are some good frags for 90 plus degrees? You know the answer to that, Jigga. Yes, Milestone would be good in that weather. Very good for high heat. How's the atmosphere in Uranus? It is spacious. It is gaseous. It is well kept. Yeah, that's different. That's different. Can I get some test strips over here? Bulgari Aquamarine. I haven't smelled that fragrance in a long time. This is the Etat Libre d'Orange. A lot of people say Etat Libre d'Orange. It's Et Libre d'Orange from Paris. I don't really listen to J. Cole, but J. Cole's cool. If I was to listen to that kind of music, I would like listening to J. Cole. But I've been rapping for 30 years, so he doesn't excite me, but he's a conscious rapper. He raps about positive stuff and life stories, so I like it. Yeah, so Nautica Voyage is like a lot of fragrances, which surprisingly, I think Nautica Voyage is better than a lot of these. But some of the equivalents that smell close to it. Actually, let me say this. Green apple in aquatics is one of the most common DNAs, which is like a Nautica Voyage style, right? Aquatic on apple. That's mainly what Nautica Voyage is. Green apple and aquatics and some base, some woody base. A lot of fragrances are like that. Risasi Hawass, Invictus Aqua, Mont Blanc Starwalker, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Versace Pour Homme. They're all basically the exact same fragrance, but they're not very interesting. They're just a fresh citrus fragrance, and they don't smell that expensive. If you want an interesting twist, that is apple on woods, but they changed the green apple to red apple. So it's a lot more of an interesting fresh scent with a little more character. I would try Lacoste Red. Lacoste Red, and I think it's called Style in Red or Play in Red. It's a red bottle. They sell it in two different style bottles. One's a square red bottle. One's like a circle with ridges kind of bottle. But try that. That's really nice. And that's red apple on aquatics. And it hits the same way as Nautica Voyage, but it's way better smelling because the red apple is slightly sweeter, a little more character to it. Really, really nice fragrance. Try that out. You'll love it. We are just smelling this 20 set from Etat Libre d'Orange. A selection of fragrances to delight the senses. This is called Putain des Palaces. What are your new clone finds? You know, for the next 3 months, I'm only shopping niche fragrances. So I'm not really buying clones, but my latest clone purchases were Armaf Per Show 1. I picked that up late because I didn't really want to buy it based off the hype. Fragrance Worlds or French Avenue's Royal Oud, Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, which is Initio's Musk Therapy. This is a 10 out of 10 clone, probably top 5 clones in my collection right now. It's amazing musk fragrance. Fresh, white florals, musky, very nice. Another fragrance clone-wise that I picked up would be my Black Orchid clone up in the corner, Zara Man. Can I pick this down? Let's see. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Black Orchid EDP, Zara Man from Fragrance World. 10 out of 10, top 5 best clones of the year. It actually smells better than Tom Ford Black Orchid. And then the last clone pickup I have of recently, which I got about a month ago, is Teriyaki Intense, the new Quentin Biche release. This is Lattafa's first original fragrance. It's not really supposed to be cloning anything. Very nice. This is very good, 10-hour plus performance, sexy, date night, nightlife, cold weather fragrance. Basically like a vanillic cinnamon and spices, but not quite like Angel Share because it's got way more cinnamon. But it's Angel Share-esque. Have you tried Tom Ford's Effing Fabulous? I have. If you haven't smelled a lot of niche fragrances, going to Tom Ford feels very expensive. So a lot of times you can go to their fragrances and convince yourself that they smell really good. The thing with Effing Fabulous is, first off, never try to get a clone of Effing Fabulous because they all suck compared to the real thing. But it's kind of like this lipsticky iris in a soft way, but then it's got suede and stuff like that. So it's got this very fresh cleanness, but then this sexiness. It's almost like you were wearing a suede suit and a girl came up to you and she was kissing up all over your neck and then left the lipstick all over your coat or something. It's kind of got this lipstick slash fresh cut suede kind of smell. It's kind of this sexy bad boy. It's like you're making out with, you're in a suit and you're making out with a girl in an elevator. That's how that fragrance smells. However, I only recommend Effing Fabulous if you're like 18 to 30 and you're single. If you got a girlfriend, a new girlfriend, you can wear it out, but she's not going to want you to wear it. She'll be like, no, you need to stay in the house with that. Because, you know, older men who have wives or like long-term relationships, it's more of a bachelor, single guy going out and getting chicks kind of fragrance. But it is very nice. It is very nice. Tupac is the GOAT. Tupac's really good. I do like him, but GOAT, I don't know. He wasn't alive long enough to be a GOAT, I feel. Have you... Yeah, I've seen that a lot now. Next up, thanks a lot, of course. How many hours are you getting from Fragheads Asylum on skin? At least 8. But I'm not a sissy sprayer either. If I do Fragheads Asylum, I'm going 10 sprays. Fragheads Asylum, I'm going 10 sprays, and all of them are going to be on skin. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hit a 5 on the chest. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll probably just hit my pants or hit myself dead center again for 10. 10 sprays on skin will get you minimum 8 hours of performance on Fraghead. Don't spray it on clothes. It is not a clothes fragrance. Let me tilt this a little bit. Thinking of getting my mom perfume for Mother's Day. She's 47 and single. The only scent I know she likes has notes of sparkling champagne, quince, peonies, gold amber, amaretto, and cream. Okay, if you want your mom to find a man in her life and get out of the house, get her Day 3 Ambar Dominicano, AMBAR space Dominicano. That is a sexy woman's amber fragrance with some spices. It's almost like hot amber, hot sweet amber with like a cinnamon red stick of gum in the most expensive, luxurious way possible. She will love that. If you just want her to have a everyday, I'm a single mom, but I smell good kind of fragrance, get her YSL Libre EDP. YSL Libre EDP. And if she's a simple woman and you really love her, which I don't think you have the money for it, Jigga, but if you really want to show her you love her, you should get her Bond Number 9's New York Flowers. My camera's going to shut off for half a second, guys. 1 sec. There we go. Guys, let me know if my mic is still working when I switch over. Sometimes when I switch over, my stuff's on mute. Listen to your previous lives all day during my 10-hour shift at work. Great entertainment. Keep my mind at ease. Hey, listen, man. A lot of people always ask me, like, when are you going to go live? And I just tell people, like, yo, I already go live like 3 days a week, which is a lot, considering I post 3 pieces of content every single day. But if you guys are ever wanting me to go live and I'm not live, just go to my previous lives. Like, I have like 30 days worth of lives that are all 1 hour, 2 hour long. So just keep going back and back into the live archives because all my lives are full of questions. I always sign offline if there's not any questions. So if you see a 2 hour stream, it's because I'm being asked questions for 2 hours. And you can literally just throw it on play in the car or watch one of my game shows or, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to LA on Friday. I'm driving out to LA, so I'll be vlogging it. I just bought a new car, so I'll be going live from inside my new car. And I'll be going live answering questions during my road trip. I'll be going to Hollywood to a lot of the major perfume houses Friday and Saturday. So you guys will get to see me live at fragrance houses, trying a lot of niche fragrances. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just got a brand new car. I didn't think I would have it in time, but I got the deal done today. And it's a beautiful car. You guys will be able to jump on the inside with me and go on a road trip with me if you want. What's up, Henry? Appreciate you, man. Keep doing that business research, brother. Joel, scent of the day, Kajal Aiken. That's a great fragrance. Xerjoff Dulce Almafi. I haven't tried that yet. Have you picked up Indigo yet or no? No, I haven't. Indigo is the only fragrance I don't have. And to be honest, I think Kix has it. So I'm going to try to smell it when I go to Cali and decide if I want to buy it. Once upon a time, I said I'm going to own every Lalique fragrance, but I'm very picky with blue fragrances, so that might be the only, I have every Lalique fragrance up there, minus Indigo. And Indigo is the last release in the Lalique line. I don't need it, but if I want to complete the entire set, I'll get it. So one day I'll get it just for fun. And it is a really good fragrance, actually, but I'm going to smell it to see how soon I need to get it, if that makes sense. I mean, I would say this, Jigga, if your mom likes simple, more natural fragrances that aren't like overly sweet and loud, you can blind buy YSL Libre with no question because that's like 90% of women love that fragrance. It's like one of the highest selling fragrances ever. So you could blind buy YSL Libre, but if you're going to get Day 3 Ambar Dominicano, which is like $150 fragrance, you probably might want to buy a tester because that's more of a sexy woman going out kind of fragrance. And if your mom's like a stay-at-home mom or she works and comes home, doesn't really go out much, that fragrance isn't going to make sense for her because you can't casually wear that around. So if you're getting her a utility fragrance, you could easily blind buy. Or what I would do, honestly, to save money, if you're ever getting your mom a fragrance, just go to Micro Perfumes and get her a travel spray. It's cheaper for you. You can get her YSL Libre for like $15 in a travel spray. It comes in a nice lipstick travel spray. Women love to be able to carry around a fragrance or throw it in her bag. So it'll look like a little lipstick vial she'll put in her bag. It's cheap for you. She doesn't have to break your heart if she doesn't like the fragrance. But if she loves the fragrance, she can be like, oh, I love that. I want to get it again. You can get her another travel spray. Travel sprays are oftentimes buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free. So you could get her a couple different fragrances. You could get, honestly, that would be sick. If Micro Perfumes is buy one, get one free, get her YSL Libre and Ambar, well, you won't be able to get an Ambar Dominic combo as a travel spray. It just came out. I would get her YSL Libre and Bond Number 9 New York Flowers, and you would be son of the year in a travel spray. Even if you just got her like 2 lipstick vials of YSL Libre, she would love it. What car did you get? I just bought the 2025 Toyota Camry Sport Class. Hey man, watched all your videos. Can you give me a partial bottle? Absolutely no. Absolutely not. Imagine if I sent fragrances to everybody who watched my channel. That would be hilarious. A non-blue spring summer fragrance. A non-blue spring summer fragrance. Lalique Ecousse or Mancera Amberful, whichever one you can afford. Lalique Ecousse for $20, 100 ml, or Mancera's Amberful for about $100 for 120 ml. Both smell phenomenal. Both are beautiful, fresh amber fragrances for any season, any reason. Hey man, I won't call you crazy, Stinson. Next purchase will be Date in Paris by Bibozo. Just received latest purchases, Tommy. Man, you buy really eclectic fragrances, Joel, but I wouldn't expect anything less. Me and my mom share the same birthday. It's about a month. She really likes floral fragrances such as Chanel No. 5. What would you recommend? She's in her 50s. Oh, there's a lot, man. What would be really cool is instead of pre-buying her a fragrance, take her to like either Neiman Marcus, Saks and Fifth, or Bloomingdale's, and show her the Chanel Exclusive line and get her a 50 ml of whatever she likes, because Chanel Exclusive just has like 50 fragrances and a lot of them are floral unisexes that women absolutely fall in their heels for. YSL Libre is a safe buy for a 50-year-old woman. Again, I think for a 50-year-old woman, New York Flowers is insanely good, but you have to have money. You know, New York Flowers is probably like $275. Libre is like $100. Chanel Exclusive 50 mLs are like $150, $200. So yeah, I mean, on the cheap side, you really have to be selective. Like that's more something she's gonna want to try the fragrances and stuff. Let me see if there's anything in my women's kit I would recommend. Let's pull out the top 20 female fragrances. Oh. No! Son of a... Gosh dang it. Of course, when I do this, I just make a huge mess. Doggone it. Wow, I can't believe I did that. That is so bad. Yeah, designer fragrances are hard to get for a 50-year-old woman because a 50-year-old woman really knows what she likes, but she also doesn't know what she likes, because if she's 50 and doesn't have a lot of fragrances, you know, she doesn't have any taste. So she's going to need to evaluate a lot of stuff before she buys it. you know, is there anything that you know that she currently likes? Maybe that's a good starting point. Because women's fragrances are all over the place. The one easy way to categorize a women's fragrance is that most women's fragrances are either floral or overly sweet. So they kind of have this angelic natural feel, or they're like sugary sweet, because a lot of women shop at Bed Bath and Body Works or whatever. So kind of if you have a starting point, that's a lot better than not. Let's see. Kicks SB, I made it. Scent of the day, Fragrance World, Pinnacle White, layered with Ahmed Al Maghribi Kaf. Beautiful. Yo, Kicks, I'm really struggling not to go in. I'm saving it all for you, bro. I'm saving it for when we link. Kicks Griffey in the chat, salute. Hey, listen, if any of you guys in the chat want to do me a solid, I need you to go follow Kicks Griffey. He's committed in the last month or two to really going consistent on his content. If you like my collection and you like my expertise, he has probably, if I was to estimate, he probably has maybe four times my fragrance collection in size, with a lot more versatility. And his knowledge and expertise is just as good as mine, and his enthusiasm is great. So if you guys could, I don't normally ask this, but screenshot Kicks Griffey in the chat, and when you have a moment later, please give him a follow. I guarantee you he's going to be one of the biggest streamers in fragrance if I have anything to do with it, because he's just a great guy, great content. He puts the content above everything. But right now he's probably hovering somewhere between 100 and 200 subs. So he really appreciates every single sub. We're going to try to get him to 1K in the next month. So if you guys could help him out, that would be awesome. I really appreciate it. What city did you grow up in? I've lived in like 40 states, so I've grown up everywhere. I found bond number 9, New York Flowers Bejeweled for, no, wrong, no. New York Flowers is not 1300. It's nowhere near that. My mom is older, and her favorite frag right now is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Your mom's very simple. Your mom, if her favorite fragrance or one she really likes is Dolce & Gabbana Blue, that just means she doesn't get out of the house much at all. She's probably maybe been to a Sephora or an Ulta Beauty, smelled some fragrances. That's what gravitates towards her. Probably hasn't had a lot of exposure to a lot of different high-end perfumery for women. But, and she's simple. You can tell by the fragrance choice, especially if she doesn't own that many fragrances, which is fine. That means she prefers not loud fragrances, more natural fragrances and stuff like that. So it's really hard for a woman at that age with that level of interest to get her to randomly buy for her. So it might just be best if you spend 30 bucks on like a female sample set from Ulta Beauty that comes with like 30 fragrances for like 30 bucks. Let her try a bunch of stuff, because a lot of times those collector sets come with like a $40 off any fragrance you like from the set. So, you know, it's increasingly difficult to buy a fragrance for somebody who's not into fragrance, because not only do you not have a reference point to make a good buying decision, but the person who you're buying the fragrance for doesn't even know what they like. They have no clue. So if they don't have a clue, you for sure won't have a clue. 2 cents of the day, Hawas Ice and Jimmy Choo Man Ice for the gym. Nice. She currently has Chanel Mademoiselle, Versace Bright Crystal Absolute, Jimmy Choo, I Want Jimmy Choo, and EDP and Parfum, I Want You Forever, Chanel 5, Calvin Klein Forever. Yeah, she's a simple lady. Doesn't really like to go that deep with it. Like I said, I think YSL Libre, New York Flowers, and what was the other one I said? New York Flowers, or a lot of stuff from Chanel Exclusive, maybe something like Gardenia or something. You know, she likes light florals and light citrus. So go on fragrant. Again, if you are really a W son, you should take her to a niche perfume house where she can try all the most expensive fragrances the world has to offer. And once she smells high-end perfumery, she'll never turn back and just get her small bottles at a time. But you gotta, especially as a 50-year-old woman, she ain't gonna go smell the best of the best unless you take her. So take her in there and see what she likes and be like, okay, take notes, then go buy her like a 10 ml or buy her a 50 ml. You know, and then at that point, you see a bunch of great fragrances she likes, so you can write them all down for future holidays. Jigga, you can, but I have a private mailbox now, so DM me on Instagram and I'll give you my private mailbox. I was thinking of getting her Mancera Roses Greedy. Hey, if you feel like you really know your mom and you want to blind buy her some Mancera, man, you do that. Speaking of which, I really need to get Pearl and Jardine exclusive from Mancera. Those are my next pickups from Mancera. But I don't consider Mancera niche, so I won't be buying them probably for another like 2 months. Because right now I'm pulling the trigger on some big bottles. So I'll probably only be able to get like 2 or 3 bottles because it's probably going to run me about $1,000. So I'm going to be out the game for a little bit. Yeah, you can. Absolutely. What else y'all got for me, man? I won't be on much longer. I only got maybe like 10 minutes. I can't believe I just dropped all my stuff. Yo, by the way, Kix, if you're still in here, wait till you see the hotel I got. Wait till you see where I'm staying. You recommended me pre-show and I got it and I didn't like it at first, but it's growing on me and my dad likes it a lot. Maybe I'm too young. Yeah, I mean, Jag, pre-show for a 14-year-old is pretty... I mean, you're 14. You're basically a boy. You're not even like a young man yet. You're barely a teenager. So Creed Aventus is like the sweet spot age for it is like 30 and it can go up to 50. But you can go down on it down to about 20. There's no way I recommended pre-show to you. I might have recommended pre-show to the general public, but there's no way I personally recommended you pre-show. I know I've recommended you Bleu de Chanel. I know I've recommended like more designer level. There's no way I recommended pre-show. 14. I mean, here's the thing, dude. It's going to make you feel a lot older than you are. The older you get and the more fragrances you try, the more you'll realize how special this is. But this is a little big boy for you, Jigga. As a 14-year-old, you might not be feeling this until you're 18 and you're trying to feel like you're in college. Give it some time, buddy. But I'll be honest with you. As a 55 ml bottle, your dad will probably run through this bottle before you become of age to even use it. There's too much smoky woods in the base. So you're not really going to attract girls your age. You're going to get compliments from your teachers. Dude, I really want something close to Sneak Tear by Mancera. There's a lot of fragrances close to that. What up, Kix? Thanks, SB. I'm going to go to bed. I'll probably DM you tomorrow. Sounds good, Jigga. Good to see you, brother. Is Versace Eros Flame office friendly? Hell no. Let me ask you this. Is a clown suit with a big red nose and bright red shoes and, you know what I'm saying? Is that office friendly? No. That's what Versace Eros Flame is like. It's like wearing a clown nose and being like, It's so funny when people ask me if like Creed Aventus or Eros Flame or Eros Energy are good office fragrances. They really have not worked in the office long enough because You're only thinking about a fragrance that smells good. You're not thinking about the environment you're going into. People want to work. People want to focus. They don't want to be distracted. They don't want people to force their fragrance upon them when they're working. They want to come to you and experience you and your personality and then get the heck out of there and do what they need to do. Y'all sometimes are picking fragrances that literally is like opening up a stink bomb in the office. It's like, it doesn't matter how good you smell at that point. You're annoying people. I'm in my 20s. I really enjoy frags that are for the 30 to 50-year-old audience. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's always young, ambitious men in the world. There's always going to be a 10-year-old that wants to be a 12-year-old. There's always going to be a 12-year-old that feels like he's 16. There's always going to be a 20-year-old who doesn't relate to anybody around him. He's just different. He thinks his own way. He doesn't really identify with a lot of trends. There's guys that feel older. They're and then it's funny because it goes in reverse. Once you start hitting 30, you're like, well, I still feel 25. Once you start hitting 35, you're like, man, I feel like I just got out of college. Once you hit 50, you're like, man, I feel like I'm in my prime still. You know what I mean? It's just funny how that works. But you can always wear a fragrance out of your ballpark or under your ballpark. Because only you truly know you and the vibes you're going for. But as far as me recommending fragrances to the general public, I'm always going to recommend based off of an age category as a concept. Whether you decide in your own mind, well, I feel like I'm 30 to 50. Well, if that's what you do, then only listen to the recommendations I give for people 30 to 50. But I'm not going to change that and say, well, hey, if you're 20, you could wear this fragrance between 30 and 35. Because for the general public, it doesn't make sense for me to audit and be politically overly correct to accommodate a small few. I just trust that you're smart enough to know that if you like older fragrances, then only listen to my older fragrance recommendations. I'm 15 and I do tend to fit the stereotype, freshies and vanilla all the way. As you should. I never smelled Eros or Flame. Eros is beautiful. Eros is really beautiful. Flame is exceptional as well. Flame is exceptional too. But it's just, Flame is really for people under the age of 25. Whereas I find Eros is pretty much ageless. I think once you get to about 40-ish, Eros kind of feels very played out, but it's still a great fragrance. But I think as far as the sweet spot, Eros Flame and Energy is 25 and down, but Eros is the only one that can go above. And yeah. I wore a Ventus Absolute at a family gathering and my GF hated it, but my mom and her older woman and family loved it. That makes total sense. It's a smokier, woodier fragrance. You smelt like a grown man and your girlfriend was intimidated by that. She's like, you smell like my father. You know what I mean? Picked up a 1.7 a month ago, a Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma, the original pink one, and I'm already about 1/3 through. I really spray a ton, though, and I love it. You have to spray a ton of Born in Roma. It's such a light, pretty boy fragrance that to get it to last, you got to go like, 8 sprays. Hey, bro, I don't know why I haven't stumbled upon these lives in a while. Glad I did today, though. Hope you've been well. I've been good, Kale. Good to see you, dude. What are a few appropriate fragrances for the office? If we're just keeping it at the designer level, I'm going to give you some age categories. Mont Blanc Presence. I'm not a fan of Mont Blanc fragrances. I only own 2, but the 2 I own are bangerific bangers, and they don't smell synthetic. Mont Blanc Presence. You can get this for $15 to $20. Is it 100 ml? No, it's a 50. This smells like you just hopped out of a Jaguar. But it's fresh enough to go down to about 20. I think 20 to 40 is the sweet spot age for this fragrance. Fresh Very signature though. No one will smell like you because of the heliotrope. It's one of the very few fresh aquatic, it's not aquatic, it's an airy floral. It's almost like a icy wind in Alaska with a slight brush of sweet floral. Feels like you just got out of a Jaguar. 20 to 40 age group, and it's only a $15 to $20 fragrance. It's a showstopper signature fragrance. If you're a fan of the outdoors and you want to smell like green trees and pine, kind of that Irish spring, but way more photorealistic. Like you'll smell like somebody just slapped you with a Christmas tree in the most freshest way possible with a touch of citrus. Lin Sumi to me is #1 office designer. Best office designer fragrance for that category. 100 ml, about $40. Lalique, it smells niche. Only if you enjoy fresh greenery. This is natural outdoors green pine, papyrusy type vibes, but has an airy freshness to it. It's not too green. If you can spend the money, and we'll actually raise this now because I got enough battery to kick this up. Can I actually raise this or no? Oh, there we go. Will this stay? Okay, cool, it will. Okay. Another one, if you want entry level niche on discounters right now, you can get this for $100. Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver EDP feels like you are James Bond in a gray suit coming out of a gray Jaguar with white interior. It is just the freshest orris root, which is the root of the iris plant, grapefruit, and earthiness. Earthiness, splash of grapefruit, and orris root is what makes it smell very expensive. I mean, look at the bottle, right? Picture a guy wearing this, and he is in a gray tux with white undershirts hopping into a gray Jag with white interior. This is sitting in his passenger seat. He's going to load up. He's going to smell like he's a millionaire. He's going to smell like he could slap the piss out of any man walking, then go jump off of a building and survive. One of the best niche office fragrances, period. You can go into something very old school, but kind of timeless in my opinion. Am I wearing a shirt? Okay, good. We're gonna go a little bit rugged today. White tee, ready for bed, scent bubble. Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette, Profondo are all great office scents as well. You're gonna smell just a tiny bit expensive. Aquatic, vetiver, green, marine aquatic, citrus. Call it a day. Very nice office wear as well in the designer category. Here's another one, great for office. Bentley for Men Black Edition. So nice. Very nice fresh orange, vetiver, violet leaf. It just kind of smells like a fresh orange with a bunch of expensive ingredients under it to make it feel very masculine. So it's like a lot of earthiness under a fresh slice of juicy orange. Really, really nice. Really nice. And for those of you who don't like the pineapple punch of Versace Eros and Aventus and all that stuff, you want a better citrus, but you don't really want lemon. You want like a fresh, juicy orange with a bunch of woods and herbals under it to make it feel masculine. This is like the 20-year-old kid who you know is going to be a millionaire by the time he's 25. Great office scent with perfect projection. Another great office scent, Lalique White. This is for my older gentlemen, 25 and up. Tamarind, smooth pink pepper, vetiver, citrus. It's just got a little bit of spice, like a little bit of pepper, little bit of green, little bit of earthy. Little bit of citrus. It smells like it looks white. But in the white, linen, and clean, soapy category, nothing matches this, to me, under the $60 price point. Great office scent for all ages. I mean, I have office scents for days. Here's another one. Ferragamo Bright Leather. Don't listen to the word leather. It maybe is only 20% a blonde leather, so it's not a brown animalic leather. It's a blonde, fresh cut, new car smell type of clean leather with a hell of a lot of citrus, like lemon. So it's like a lemon hyper masculine fragrance with a little bit of leather under it to give it this but it's one of the only leather fragrances you can wear kind of year round. Red leather is good too, but I think this is more commercial. Red leather, I think you have to be a little bit more of a grown man because it's more ozonic. It's more not natural. But that's a good one too. You think my mom would like Royal Blanc? I got it myself and she says it's feminine, but she likes it. I'm going to tell you something right now. Royal Blanc is a unisex fragrance. So I could see, because it has white florals and it's powdery a little bit and it's sweet, I could see why a woman loves it. But you know what I'll say? I'll say this much. My wife is a stunning woman and she's 34. She not only likes this in the air for herself, she loves it on me. I think you should get an opinion from a woman your age, because a mom's perspective on her son is not a really good gauge for whether you should wear it for yourself. Put it on yourself and see what your girlfriend thinks or girls your age thinks. They might think you smell super sexy with it on, despite the slight touch of femininity that it has. Don't listen to your mom for fragrances you should wear. She's not a young lady anymore. You know, she has a valid opinion, but in terms of what's going to be best on you, you should get the opinion of women your age, because that's who you're talking to. That's who you're shooting your shot with. You're not hitting on your mom. Hopefully. I remember you. I like fresh frags, almost 90 degrees here every day, so I'm definitely going to wear anything challenging or buy something I couldn't wear in the heat. Nice. Off Non-Supremacy, not only intense review. It's a great fragrance, but it doesn't touch our Moth Per Show and Off Non Collector's Edition. Off Non Supremacy, not only intense, is on the same level as Club de Nuit Limited Edition Parfum, the new Parfum, and there's one other one. Nitro Black. What up, NYC? You know what, guys? Give me a second. This white tea is making me look like I just got adopted. Hold on. Okay. I apologize. What's up, guys? Okay. I look a lot more normal now. Okay. Good man. Just got stronger with you Parfum the other day, and I'm in love. Beautiful, Kale. Joel, real question. Okay, asking Joel something. Bulgari Man in Black Parfum versus Givenchy Reserve Privé. If you're under the age of 30, you would probably prefer Gentleman Reserve Privé. If you're over 30, you'll probably prefer Man in Black. But they're very hard fragrances to compare, because Privé is a seductive fragrance. Man in Black is a sexy fragrance. There's a difference between sexy and seductive. Seductive is communicating to the opposite sex and saying, hey, I want you. Do you want me? Sexy is just whether you're around women, like when women look at you, they're fond of you, but they're not exactly hitting on you. They're just like, wow, look at that guy. Privé is what you wear when you're with a particular woman and it's just about that one-on-one. But Man in Black is a fragrance you wear if you're not really trying to target a specific woman and you're not one-on-oneing, you're more just out and bacheloring it up. Like you're going to the club, you're going to the lounge, going to a hotel, you're going to some kind of night thing and you're by yourself, but you want women to notice you and think you're sexy, but you're not in that intimate one-on-one setting. So they're both kind of categorically different. I wouldn't buy one over the other. They both serve two completely different functions. Comment on Montclair Sunrise for Summers. It's a great fragrance. What's your opinion on Stronger With You Parfum? I just got it and I absolutely love it. It's okay. It's okay. There's other fragrances that smell just like it but are way more powerful and more unique. But it's a safe wear. It's sexy. It's sweet. It's intimate, but it's fresh. That's why I don't like it, because it's more on the fresher side of intimate. It's like if you're going to be intimate, you should go all the way and be like, smell edible. But you do smell edible with Stronger With You. It's a good fragrance. I'm not hating on it. I just, in my journey, I've tried other fragrances that blow it out of the water, but it's still an incredible fragrance. You should not hate your purchase. What's your thoughts on Clive Christian Blonde Amber? It's a beautiful frag. I love it. Haven't tried it yet. I've only tried like 4 Clive Christians. Davidoff Cool Water, Paco Rabanne, 1 million, Creed Aventus. Which one will you choose? Doesn't really matter. There's no context. SB, I copped the Supreme Joint Cherries and Champagne, mixed reviews on it, but I trust your nose. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, dude. I think people, there's 2 types of person, okay? And I need to pour myself some water. I had a long day today. If y'all want to go outside and see my new car, let me know in the chat. I'll take y'all outside with me. Okay. Got to get that hydro water. Bam, bam. Okay, so let me say this, NYC. Here's the thing, bro. A lot of people, when they buy clones, they expect to get a niche fragrance. That's just nonsense. Truthfully, it's nonsense. You're going to get a good fragrance, or you're going to get a great fragrance, or you're going to get a trash fragrance, but you're not going to get a niche fragrance. Out of all my clones that I own, I can only name about 10 that actually smell either better than the OG or actually pass for a niche level fragrance. But a lot of my clones are phenomenal fragrances, but they don't exactly smell niche. They smell more designer level. This is more designer. There's 2 types of person that wouldn't like Supreme L'Homme Extreme. One, the guy who's never really had any cherry fragrances. He doesn't even know if he likes cherry. Maybe the only cherry fragrance he's ever come across is dark cherry and amber, and he didn't really like that one to begin with. But somehow he hears the word cherry almond champagne and thinks he might like it, even though at the heart level, cherry's not that phenomenal to him. But he's looking on YouTube and he sees so many people talk about how good L'Homme Ideal Extreme is, and he's broke. So he wants to try and get as close to, he's just a collector. He's just buying fragrances that other people say are good. And he hasn't really done any due diligence to know if he really likes cherry. That guy would not like this because it's not the moon and the stars. Second person that wouldn't like this is the person that buys this fragrance and thinks that they're getting a niche level cherry almond champagne combo. They're going to smell this and go, there's not a lot of complexity. There's not a lot of dimension. People say they love Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Extreme. Why is this not multifaceted and complex? It's literally just cherry almond champagne. But if you're somebody who likes cherry, but you've always hated how cherry's been represented as this synthetic Bath & Body Works sweet bullcrap, plastic, and you want to have a cherry fragrance that smells a little bit more elegant, and you know it's going to be a more signature fragrance in your collection because nothing in your collection quite smells like cherries, almond, and champagne, this is slightly synthetic. Sure. It's $20 on Amazon. What the heck do you want? But I have L'Homme Extreme here to my side, and I can tell you, yes, this might only be 85 to 90% close in terms of quality and layering. But in terms of closeness, they nailed it. Cherry, almond, champagne. Does it smell like a rich white champagne? No. Does it smell like real photorealistic cherries? No. Does it smell like insanely real nutty just bit into some almonds? No. But does it smell like cherry almond champagne? Yes. And it performs. It's just a solid utility signature fragrance that you're going to bust out. Like, so I don't know what people are expecting sometimes, especially for $20. It's like crazy. But if you put this on, it projects, it has sillage, and it's close enough. Is it a little bit synthetic? Sure, but not in a displeasing way. Not at all. I mean, it's close. It's really quite something. What's something that's very unique and unlike anything else, but at the same time alluring and not off-putting? That's a crazy request, Faison. Copy paste that in the comments of this video and I'll answer that question tomorrow. Do you have Farina 1709? I don't. Best fresh from Tom Ford and replica. Honestly, 50% of the replica line is fresh, but honestly, I would never buy a replica fragrance because for $80 to $100, you can get the moon and the stars. You should never spend $80 to $100 on replica. Replica fragrances are worth $30 in my opinion. They smell good, but they don't smell $100 good. It's ridiculous. I have most of the replica line. I'm almost done smelling all the replica. I only have 5 fragrances left in my 10 kit. And honestly, I was kind of bored of it. That's why I stopped. I have Bubble Bath left. I have Jazz Club left. I have Lazy Sunday Morning left. I have Under the Lemon Trees left. And I have By the Fireplace left. And I saved those because those are the most requested for me to review, and I'm waiting on it. The other ones I've already gone through. $200 limit SB. What scent for brother-in-law, 42 years old gym teacher who owns 1 cent Acqua di Gio? Ooh, right here. Actually, let me kit you out. $200. This is going to be tight. I'm going to go with quality over quantity here for you, for your brother. So he's gym and he's got a fresh green marine aquatic fragrance. So I'm going to stay in the realm of that, but then offset it with a sexy fragrance. So 40, 100, 40, 100, 160. Yeah, I really like this combo. I really like this combo. Okay. So this is going to be like Acqua di Gio, but it's going to be way more green and pine and papyrus. So it's going to be familiar to him like an Acqua di Gio, but it's going to be like the cousin of Acqua di Gio to give him some versatility so he's not smelling like a fragrance that's 25 years old. Acqua di Gio is still really good, but it's so common. Everybody can recognize Acqua di Gio. Especially if he's 42 years old. Every 40-year-old woman has been smelling Acqua di Gio for the last 20 years of their life. So he smells pretty normal. So this will make him is like a more modern take on Acqua di Gio DNA while smelling slightly different because it's way more blast of green. But it's an amazing fresh fragrance that'll double as office and fresh gym teacher. He'll be the freshest smelling person in the room, and there's an elegance and maturity to it that's perfect. $40 for Lin Sumi, so we're at 40. Now, if he wants to wear an upscale niche freshie, Tom Ford EDP, he can get that for 100, maybe 110, but you should be able to get the 100 ml EDP. Don't get the EDT because he's going to need performance. So this is fresh, but expensive man, gentleman, fresh, modern, timeless. They're going to think he smells like he's got a ton of money, and he doesn't even have to say he's a gym teacher. When he leaves work and puts this on to go on dates and see women, they won't know he's a gym teacher with this. They're going to think he drives, you know, a Maybach. So this is his upscale niche. I think it's sexy as a date night, but it's really insanely versatile. It's just as versatile as Gio Armani. So he can wear this fresh casual, upscale casual, date night, semi-formal and formal, extra sexy, extra elegant, extra fresh. So now he's got a very expensive niche freshie, and he's got a very expensive, like, designer level freshie that is more for his everyday at the gym gym teacher versatility. Then he needs a sexy, fresh, sweet date night elegant fragrance. He doesn't necessarily have to go on dates, but he'll need a sweeter winter fall fragrance that if he's trying to attract the opposite sex and he's trying to be a little more seductive with it, but still be super fresh. Lalique White and Black. This is basically latent, but better to me, in my humble opinion. So it'll be a date night killer, a female lady killer, but it'll double as a fresh fragrance, so he can wear it as an upscale or semi-formal casual, but be on the sweeter side. But it's so fresh, it's gonna remind him of a fresh fragrance, but have that sweet sex appeal to it, but not be too much, especially as a gym teacher. You don't wanna be wearing sexy, seductive fragrances as a gym teacher. Then, if he's ever wearing, as a gym teacher, going more like the slick jeans and collared t-shirt, a lot of times gym teachers will do that because maybe a gym teacher doubles as an English teacher or something like that. Sometimes they go, I used to be in education. I taught in high school and I was a professor assistant at University of Arizona and Arizona State University and Grand Canyon University. This is a great semi-formal, upscale, casual leather fragrance that doesn't really smell very much like leather at all. It is a warm, ambery citrus, more like fresh lemon, with some leather under it. So you can suit and tie it. You can jeans and collared t-shirt it, which is probably more his vibe at school if he's not wearing the gym shorts and doing a gym teacher thing. Maybe he's just sitting there with his clipboard and his whistle and his jeans and his collared shirt. This would be incredible. So here's the price breakdown on this recommendation. So this is where I'm at with it. And I might be about $10, $15 off, but I know you got the money if you're asking for $200 price point. $100. This is about 25, so it takes you to about 125, 50 ml. So Tom Ford Gray Vetiver EDP, $100. Salvatore Ferragamo 50 ml Bright Leather, that's what it's called, Ferragamo Bright Leather, 50 ml, $25. That takes you to 125. Lalique White and Black will be either $20 or $25. We'll just call it $25. So now you're at potentially $150, $160. Lalique White and Black is $20, $25, 100 ml sexy date night. So you're already about $150, $160. And then Lin Sumi is $40 on fragrancebuy.ca. So that'll take you to about either $190, $200, or $210. So he has everyday gym, sexy late night nightlife fragrance or fall winter that doubles as a sexy date night, but also can be a fresh upscale casual. He's got his formal wear for when he's collared out or more just wants to get his more manly vibes on and smell upscale, but still fresh enough to double down in the gym if he's just dressed upscale. And then his sexy, elegant, I may own a Maybach or I may be a gym teacher, but you would never know, sexy kind of James Bond killer, fresh, versatile. For $200, this is an insane pickup. This dude will light up like a freaking Christmas tree, and you better give me 5% after he hugs you and tells you you're the best man ever, because you will be looking out for him like a straight G. And again, I did a recommendation based off of his occupation and fragrance DNAs that he's familiar with, but that'll put him into some different bags, but still be familiar enough to him. Heck yeah, show the new whip. Okay, I'll take it outside in just a second. What do you think of the infrared EDP compared to the original? I do love both, I'll be honest with you, Faison. The new car has a panoramic roof, right? Well, you'll have to see. I don't know if I can turn the lights on inside of it, but I'll show you the outside for sure. What are your thoughts on those TikTok fragrance diffusers? Are they dumb gimmicks? I think so. What do you think about Nishane Hasavat? Beautiful, 10 out of 10 fragrance. You should not wear Hasavat if you're under 30. A great cherry fragrance would be French Defense. I will say this. French Defense from Mind Games is a very good fragrance, but if you notice, everybody that buys it is split down the middle. Either they bought it and they don't think it's good enough for the $300, $400 they paid for it, or they're madly in love with it. I think such a polarizing review of a fragrance really just speaks to the fact that nobody really knows if cherry is their thing, but they want cherry to be their thing, but they're not. Cherry is, there's not a good enough fragrance out in the cherry department that validates over a $200 purchase. I've had cherry fragrances from Clive Christian. I've had cherry fragrances from Tom Ford. I've had cherry fragrances from Mind Games, and I can tell you with full assurance, none of them are worth more than $150 in any case. Yo, Scent Bubble, how was your day? It was amazing. I'm rocking Tarothi Blue. It's great. C2, forgot about the designer niche fragrance cologne. Just tell me what is the best smelling fragrance ever. No. Sup, y'all? I'm doing good. Took some time. SB, do you know what I really appreciate about you over any other influencer? It's that it doesn't matter. Even if you're way behind on chats, you still read and reply to each and every one. I have to. I don't do this for money. I do this for you guys, genuinely. I don't even know who a lot of you guys are. I make my content for you guys. So it would be dumb of me not to pay attention to every single chat because I am doing a fragrance Q&A. If I skip over you, now I will say this, one day my chat will be so full, I will have to skip over and I'll have to do things like super chats where you have to pay to ask a question, which is ridiculous, but it's actually a great thing for the channel. So right now, while the channels are nice and intimate enough for me to see everybody's chat, take full advantage of it. It's free. Yeah, I realize I got so many things going for me right now. I'm doing most of the stuff. Yeah. Greatly appreciated. 100% he always gets back to everybody most of the time. Yep, I just do the best that I can. Sometimes I skip over you, but I don't skip because I saw your question and was being a dickhead. If I skipped over you, it was because I genuinely didn't see your question. Now, let me see if I can show you guys my car. Keep it down. I don't know if I can take you guys in the car, but you'll have to forgive me. Hopefully. What's up, guys? Can you hear me now? Yeah, I was just saying that car's really sick. It's hybrid, so you get the benefits of like EV and electric technology, but you don't have to charge the car. It's not an EV vehicle, but it can go EV, but it's just ran off of its own battery. You just use gas. So that's really cool. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you get, I think it's, yeah, it's like 47 to 49 miles a gallon. It's pretty sick. I'll probably be able to drive to California on one tank on Friday. We'll see. I'll take you guys in the car when I drive it. It's sport, so we'll go zip around on the I-10. Yeah, it's incredible. And the fact that you can just click over to eco mode and sport mode, like there's no gear change or anything. You just press a button and hit the gas. And it just, the technology is sick. It just switches between eco and stuff simultaneously. And what's great is I could drive all the way to Cali and be in eco mode almost the whole time. If I need to pass a car, I might throw it in sport or whatever, but it really kicks. I mean, that thing's just got crazy torque. I think like 230 horsepower or something. I forget. You know, I had to haggle. I had to haggle the dealership. You know, and I honestly, with a Camry, they're selling like hotcakes anyway. And with tariffs, people are like fear buying, you know, the Hondas and Camrys a lot right now. And a lot of the SUVs, especially with the hybrid technology. It's like the hottest selling car is anything with hybrid technology, and Toyota mainly. But I did get like 4,800 off. So I was surprised I was able to haggle them down that low. But you know, I listen, man. I've been driving an inexpensive car my entire life. I've had a car, the same car, for like 16 years. I bought my wife a brand new vehicle before I bought my own car. I bought our house before I bought my car. I renovated my whole home before I bought a car. I always just rode my car till the wheels fell off and bought everything for everybody else except for myself. So this time around, I was like, I'm not the type to trade up on cars or lease or anything like that. If I buy a car, I'm buying it forever, basically, until the wheels fall off. So I'm like, I might as well get a car that if I ever need to flip it, I need it to retain itself. I need, you know, fuel efficiency, cheap maintenance. You know, I'm just going to go all in. So I pick up the 2025 Sport, and, you know, it's not a Porsche. It's not anything crazy, but for me, that's a crazy purchase. Yeah, you know, I did consider a Japanese car, which was the Mazda, but they just don't touch Camrys. You know, I was gonna go like an affordable buy and get like a Mazda 3 or a CX-30, 50, or 90, but when I saw the Camry and drove it, I was just like, you can't compare a Mazda to a Camry in terms of maintenance and resale value and all that stuff. And I mean, surprisingly, now that Mazda is bought by Toyota, Toyota just acquired Mazda in their factories in on the East Coast. They're basically next door to each other. The Mazda in the last 5 years has become incredible in terms of maintenance, and it has a 15-year average lifespan and all that. So if you're somebody who's looking for an affordable vehicle, I think the MSRP on a Mazda 3 is like 23. If you go up to the Sport, I think you can get it at like 24, 25 MSRP. So out the door, you're looking at like 30 after you do all the bull crap. So that's like a really nice affordable purchase. But again, it's not a Camry. You know, it's not the hybrid technology. It's not the longevity. It's not the easy access to parts. You know, it's not the fuel efficiency, but it is a sweet car, and it's a lot smaller. What's your opinion on Trump? I don't talk about Trump. I don't do politics. I'm very into politics and I have strong opinions, but I don't do politics on here. It's just another reason for people to not enjoy each other's time, you know. I love that fragrance isn't political and will never be political. The only thing you have to think about in terms of politics with fragrance is that the tariffs will affect the prices of fragrances, but any of you guys who are mostly shopping for designers and clones will not feel the effect of tariffs. I guarantee it. The fact of the matter is, like most fragrances, even into the niche category, don't cost more than $6, $7 to make. So if fragrances get increased due to tariffs in a significant way, it will simply be because the fragrance houses choose to be dicks. No one in the fragrance lines have to increase prices at all unless they're trying to maintain the same ridiculous profit margins that currently exist in fragrance, and that's on them. If they do that, I promise you, there's going to be clone houses, designer houses, and niche houses that come in and say, you know what? We don't need to shift our prices. We make an insane amount of money on our fragrances, and those people will win. I don't know who Zavi is. Incompetent. I engineer music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So most of the artists I listen to are the artists I engineer for because I'm an engineer. So by the time I'm done listening to those hundreds of artists, I'm tired. Yeah, working on cars is dope. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I could go political and it wouldn't bother me at all. I have very thick skin and I'm open to everybody's opinions and respect everybody, and I don't need to lord my opinions on people to feel good about myself. But at the same time, a lot of people are immature and are not capable on having political discussions. And because of that, I'm not going to it would almost be like me throwing a live grenade in my chat. Like I'm just instantly trying to cause division and irritation. And it's like in the world of fragrance, who the hell cares? Fragrance is an amazing escape from politics. Now, I do talk about life improvement and disciplines and stuff like that that we can all connect with sometimes. And I do have other channels that go into politics and stuff that you guys don't know about. But that's not what we do here. Crazy how much frags can be, then you remember how cheap they are to make. Yeah, I've never seen a niche fragrance at the mass production level that costs more than about $8 to manufacture. Most fragrances cost less than $5 to make at every level. So when you look at that level of profit margin, tariffs should not affect anything. Like they should just eat the cost. What, you got to spend an extra dollar now on your ingredients? Like get the heck out of here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are immature. Not, sometimes for selfish reasons. Sometimes they're not mature. Sometimes they are insecure about other opinions existing alongside their own. Some people like to feel right or make people feel wrong. Some people just aren't educated enough, so they like to say these little one-liners and shut people out and feel good about themselves. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but I don't think politics should ever be discussed in the form of texting or chat-based stuff. And I also don't think it would be respectful for me to offer my political opinion to a crowd of people who can't speak. They can only text. It's not really the right forum for it. You guys don't get to have your own opinions and speak back and have a conversation about it. And there's a lot of people in here. It wouldn't make any sense at all. But I am very much politically in tune, and it is a very important thing to follow. If you're not following politics right now, you never will, because never in a political history, I feel, has politics ever been so easy to get into. Everything the president's doing is being broadcasted multiple days a week in very plain Jane language. You want to look into Elon Musk and Doge, they're reporting what they're going through every single day. If you want to see if all the right wing and left wing media people are saying about what they're doing, I mean, there used to be a time where with politics, you'd hear people say things and wonder if they actually did it. And now, because of Trump's campaign and Elon's campaign, everything is almost fully transparent and you can just have a free opinion about it. And there's not really a lack of transparency, which is rare. In politics, a lot, you can only read on paper what people's views are, or they say stuff, but they don't put their things into policy for a very long time. And so it can be very confusing because you don't know who to trust or whatever. But I feel like now more than ever, doesn't matter where you stand politically, you can at least tune in and see what's going on in a way that's understandable. And not only that, but Trump's doing some ridiculously crazy stuff. So it's exciting to watch and see how it's going to unfold and if he's actually going to be able to take down the $2 trillion deficit and put manufacturing in the States and make the tariffs work. Because if they do slash the deficit and they're trying to remove the tax code entirely for people under $200,000 a year income, that will have an amazing impact on the economy and on the power of your dollar. And that's something we can all agree is a good thing. So let's hope, as crazy as all this stuff is, that it actually works. The health administration with that dude who can barely speak, overthrowing and firing a bunch of people who are lying to your children and stuff. Let's hope that's real and true. And so our kids are healthier and autism goes down and all that stuff. I really hope it all works out. Yeah, man. I mean, watching TV a lot will take you away from watching TV, and Instagram will literally, you know, paralyze you from becoming successful right now, because right now there's so much opportunity to make a dollar. People need to be focusing on how to grow up and live the life they want to live and stop watching other people's walk. And the quicker they can do that, there's a time and a place to watch the news and TV, but man, if your life sucks, you have a whole nother focus. All right, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on for really long. I got to sign off. I got to get in the office and do some consultation stuff. I really hope this helped you out. I know there was a couple of questions that I skipped over on purpose because they were just too broad, but copy paste those questions into the chat on the comments section, and I will answer them in 24 hours when I have some time to think through them and offer some good critique. With that being said, I am going to LA on Friday, so I'll be taking you guys on a road trip with me to LA. I'll be meeting up with Kix and a bunch of other perfumers / fragrance enthusiasts, and we will be going to West Hollywood. We will start at Ex Nihilo and go to some other places, and I personally will be going to a lot of other niche houses, and you guys can go with me on Sunset Boulevard. So, you know, if y'all are interested in going on a road trip with me, tune in on Friday and Saturday. I will have a bunch of really cool vlog content for you guys, which will be a first for the channel. You know, going into my car, going to the hotel with me, getting into LA, meeting a bunch of other fragrance content people in real time, not just doing collabs online. It'll be a good time. So love y'all, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, mods. Ask your questions in the comment section. If you still got them, I'd love to answer them for you. And until next time, peace.